From our audience that I'm going to try and share with you, but I do have a question, because when you talk about that and valuation, and Sarah, you mentioned on the way to your CEO's office to talk about it, do you have to stop at the procurement floor first before you go to your CEO's office? And if you don't, do they trip you in the hallway and try to stop you and try and get some procurement like measurement that they can accept? Because again, with new platforms previously, 10 years ago, not that there wasn't procurement, but they weren't playing lead violin in the orchestra, and it seems many companies today, they've moved up, and sometimes they're actually holding the baton and leading the orchestra.
Well, 10 years ago, digital marketing was, I think, very much, oh, this is a new form of direct mail. And having done both, I can tell you that for a long time, I felt like, which was the way the guy who brought me over into the digital media side brought me over. It's just like direct mail, only online.
Did he tell you then, welcome to the dark side?
Right. So it's the best thing he ever did for me. But, it's very, so I think, what we did 10 years ago and saying, oh, well, 10 years ago you did this. Well, even now, I think the digital media business, we're still kind of struggling to break from those shackles, and people expect us to turn things over that say, oh, I obtained this many customers at this cost per click, whatever it might be, cost per CPM, which quite frankly, we're a little jealous of the TV people that we don't, they're not held to the same standards necessarily. I think it's interesting what Sloan was saying about also, what's the sentiment and what's that engagement, but really it becomes, and when you look at that, is there a correlation you can draw between what you're seeing on your Facebook page and what's ringing at the cash register? Mm-hmm. And maybe that's the best we can do right now. Maybe as some of these attribution modeling systems get more mature, we may be able to track it a little bit further. I don't know if I really want to track it a little bit further. I think having that opportunity to say, hey, we've got a big passionate fan base over here. Out in the blogosphere, these people are saying good things about us. And look, we see sales steadily going like this, or we see our customer service, satisfaction numbers steadily going like this, because that might be really what it's about for some brands.
I think, if you have your procurement department running your social media strategy, we have a very different conversation to have.
I'm just saying.
But at the end of the day, if they are pressing your organization to articulate why is this good for us, that's a perfect role for anyone in the organization to play, I think.